So, good morning, everyone. So, in previous class, we studied about asexual reproduction. So, this is the video 2 in which we will discuss sexual reproduction in living organism. So, I hope you are doing very well. Okay, let's begin our this topic today: sexual reproduction video second video part 2. Okay. So we can define it is the mode of multiplication in which young ones are formed due to the process of gamete formation. So in sexual reproduction, two parents are there. Okay, one is male or female, and they release the gamete, and these gamete fuse to form zygote, and that zygote grows into embryo. So that is general idea about the sexual reproduction. So today we will discuss sexual reproduction in plant as well as animals. Okay. So let's move to next slide. Okay. So we begin with the plants. So flower is the reproductive part in plants. So flower is a reproductive unit of plant. Parts of flower. Flower includes sepals, petals, stamen, and stigma. Okay. Stigma is also called pistil. So pistil is the female reproductive part. Okay, some flowers are unisexual, some flowers are bisexual, some flowers having male and female, both the structures are present. So pistil is consist of three parts: stigma, style, and ovary. And stamen is the male reproductive part, which consists of three parts: filament, anther, and pollen. So we will go through with the diagram. It is coming. So what is the advantage of vegetative propagation compared to sexual reproduction? The plant developed by vegetative propagation are genetically similar. They don't have any variations. So that is advantage of vegetative propagation. Plants developed by vegetative propagation bear flowers and fruits earlier than those raised from the seeds. So that is a one more advantage. We can plants grow very faster and before their maturation time. So it increases the productivity. Hundreds of genetically similar plants can be propagated from a single parent. From one parent, we can produce lots of seeds, okay, and they are genetically similar. Plants which do not produce viable seeds can be propagated only by vegetative propagation. So sterile plants can be grow or made can be produce viable seeds by propagation method. It needs less attention than those raised from the seeds because these plants can grow okay without growing from the starting point. It can be increase the speed growth growth of plant speed can be increased by grafting method or cutting method. So we move to next slide. So this is the typical structure of flower. Here we discussed already. Okay, this is the female part. This okay, this structure is the female reproductive part, and it includes stigma, style. The tube-like structure is styled, and the third one is ovule. Okay, ovule, ovary, all comes in this pistil. So that is pistil. And the male reproductive part, this yellow point you can see, that is anther. Anther is attached with a tube-like structure called filament. So both are called stamen. That is the male reproductive part. Actually, this is a structure of flower with bisexual. Here you can find both male and female reproductive organ. And ovule is the structure inside the ovary, okay, where the fusion of gametes takes place. These are supporting organs, sepals, receptacles. So here you have a general idea, typical structure of flower. Now we move to next slide. Here you can see the pollination. Pollination means transfer of male gamete, especially pollens, to female parts of flower, okay, by insects or elephants. There are so many different pollinating agents we having. Water is there, elephants are there, insects are there. So pollination by insects is called entomophily. So bee is entering in flower, and because of the sticky nature of pollens, it gets stuck into the legs of the bee, and then it is sits on another flower which is a female reproductive organ, stigma, and the pollens transfer to stigma. So pollination can be two types: self-pollination and cross-pollination. Self-pollination takes place in the same flower. If a plant is you can say flower is bisexual, male and female organs both are present in same flower. So transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of the same flower. That is the important word, same flower. That is called self-pollination. And cross-pollination, transfer of pollen grains from anther to stigma of another flower of same plant or different plant of same species. So there are two flowers are there, from one flower to another flower. If transfer of pollen grain takes place, that is called cross-pollination. Both plant can be same species or can be different species. So process of fertilization, how once that pollination happens, then the next process start fertilization. Pollination is followed by fertilization. The pollen grain deposited on the stigma germinated to form pollen tube. Simultaneously, the nucleus present in the pollen grains divide into two male gametes. Okay, so I will show you in the diagram how this happens. The pollen tube bearing two male gametes penetrate through the style, reaches the ovary and enter into embryo sac. Embryo sac is also called ovule through the micropyle. So here is the diagram. You can see the pollen stick on this pollen. Pollen grain stick on stigma, and when chemical reactions happen, this because of chemical reaction, the pollen tube is germinate from the stigma, and this tube contains two male gametes of pollen, and they enter into ovary. This structure is ovary. Then ovary, it is go inside. This is the micropyle through which it enters, and that is the embryo sac, the ovule structure. Okay. Now let's see what happened when the two gametes reaches to the ovule. Okay, and that we call post fertilization changes. So first what happened, one of the male gamete fuse with the egg. Okay, there is a one egg is present in ovule. The one of the male gamete fuse with the egg to form a diploid zygote embryo, and this process of is called fusion of gamete is called fertilization or zygogamy. Another male gamete fuses with two polar nuclei. There are two polar nuclei are present to form triploid. Okay, so male gamete fuse with two polar nuclei and form triploid structure, that is called primary endosperm nucleus, and this fertilization is called triple fusion because two nucleus and one gamete forms the triple fusion. Okay, but fertilization is two. Okay, as the two fertilization takes place simultaneously in embryo sac or ovule, this process is called double fertilization. Here that is the important thing. Okay, fertilization is double, but the fusion is triple. That is different thing. So you need to understand the difference between these two. Okay, so fertilization, fusion or gamete, one gamete fused with two polar nuclei and one gamete fused with the ovum, egg. So this is called double fertilization. But the two polar nuclei fuse with another nucleus, so they are called triple fusion. Okay. Next is after fertilization, the zygote changes to embryo. Okay, as the cell keeps on dividing and forms embryo, and they get nutrients from the pen. Changes to endosperm. Endosperm is the stored food where the embryo grows, and they get food from the endosperm. Endosperm provide nutrition to the developing embryo, and after fertilization, the sepals and petals fall off and the ovary change into fruit. So gradually that embryo grows into fruit, and inside the endosperm, especially the developing embryo change into seed. Sorry, the nutrient part which is included in the petals and sepals, that fruit part is endosperm. The endosperms change into fruit and the embryo change into seeds. This is important, you need to remember. So that is about what we studied today about sexual reproduction in plants. Next time we will continue with sexual reproduction in animals. So that is we will discuss in the part 3. So today I am finishing my class here. And next time we will continue with the part 3 video. Thank you. Have a nice day.